recently rewatched the original Jurassic Park. Why do you think none of these sequels could capture the magic? Because the original idea of Jurassic Park was the best idea. That the premise that someone wants to make an amusement park with dinosaurs is a fascinating, fun concept. The idea of bringing dinosaurs back is a fascinating concept, but it's also probably a terrible idea. So you come up with an idea that immediately is alluring to any normal person, dinosaur theme park. And then let's create a series of characters that represent all the different ways that people would respond to this scenario. And this was both in the Michael Crichton book, which is fantastic. And then you have Steven Spielberg at his prime also tackling this. But like you have the dinosaur adventurer outside guy that doesn't like kids. You have the kids that love dinosaurs. And you put those together. That's fun. He's a good man that doesn't like kids. And so he learns to like kids by being put in this scenario. Just kind of pretty classic storytelling type things. But you can do that one time. You can't just keep rehashing that. You have the mathematician that's totally different than our outdoorsy guy, or the chaositician, totally different from our outdoorsy guy, but they're both opposed to it for different reasons. They drive each other crazy, but they, in another sense, have a respect for the different ways that they bring to it. Then you have the people that love the idea because it'll make them money, the dreamer, the lawyer. So all these different responses to this thing. And so the first half of the movie is just people seeing dinosaurs and talking about seeing dinosaurs. And it's interesting because it's so well written and it captures something because you're representing all this different stuff. And then it was the right movie at the right time, right as CGI was possible, but we were still in the animatronics. And so then they used it. And they were so scared of CGI, but also so in awe of it that they used it the right way so that it holds up all these years later. And it was lightning in a bottle, a top director of all time in the middle of his prime, adapting the best book from a great author who was in his prime, and just all the pieces kind of came together. And the idea of dinosaurs being brought back in our current era has more stories to tell, but are any of them as good or interesting as that original one that has that possibility to have the great philosophical discussion from all these different characters, but also has his dinosaurs eating people and the park falling apart. And so you're trying to recapture the magic when the best idea was the first idea. And I would say that Jurassic World is the second best idea of let's play it out, but the park actually opened up. But by the time you get to that one, you could already feel too many cooks are in the kitchen. So I think it's a good Taco Bell movie, but it lacks that discussion, the philosophical discussion, the great characters from the original film. You don't have that, but it's replaced with more chaos and carnage, which is fun to see. It's more schlocky. Chris Pratt on a motorcycle with velociraptors is fun to see because it's so goofy, but it's not the same thing as the intelligence of the original film. How many intelligent stories can you tell in this context? And I think that's the problem they inherently run into. The first idea was the best idea that had intelligence and spectacle and a lot of creative people still in their prime. It was lightning in a bottle. Do I think this new one can recapture the magic? No, I don't think it'll recapture the magic because I think there's just something so special about the first one that we just described. But I think it can get closer to it because they seem to have actually trusted one guy to come up with the story. What has been present in too many big blockbusters recently is too many cooks in the kitchen, where instead of trusting this writer to write a great script with an idea that they're excited about, that they flesh out into a story with the characters that fit that story, it's the writer is being commissioned by 3 producers. Each producer has their own ideas as what they want. So the writer writes a script. They go, this is great. Now we want this writer over here to fix it. And they pass it off to the next screenwriter that does a pass on it, that makes it a little bit funnier and removes some of the things that made the original version work and does all this stuff. Too many cooks in the kitchen. And then you hire a director that films it and they rework it. There's been too much of that. And what I've really liked about every report about this new film is they're sticking to one writer. They're like, the script is good. We're not screwing with the script. It's good. So who's a director that can bring a good visual style that complements this script? That to me sounds very exciting. And that's what it looks like.
Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.